have completed all of the reviews for this Disney Plus Build-A-Wing figure for Sam Wilson, the Captain America, the new Captain America. So everything is assembled. I've got the wings assembled and all of the associated items for this figure. To complete this Captain America figure for Sam Wilson, you need 7 figures. So 7 figures, total of roughly about $20 each. That's a total. This whole set, if you're just trying to really get this guy, the whole set plus all the 7 figures, that's $140. So the question is it worth getting all 7 figures just to target this complete set? If you're not interested with this look, the Sam Wilson Captain America look, then you're better off with the 2-pack from Best Buy, which is still available right now, of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier from the Infinity War. That is still a really good buy. If you're just interested in getting a Falcon figure with the complete wing set and a corresponding Winter Soldier action figure, for $39, it beats the $140 cost to build this set alone, which you need to complete all 7 figures, and not all 7 figures are really that good. Some would be hit and miss, as I have discussed with the previous individual reviews of the figures that are associated with this Build-A-Wing piece. But if you love the Disney Plus Wave, the figures that are associated with it, like Loki, like Scarlet Witch, the Scarlet Witch figure is really good. And if, of course, if you like the Baron Zemo figure, I like the Baron Zemo figure. So out of the 7 figures, the figures that really stand out for me of this Disney Plus Wave is the Baron Zemo, the Scarlet Witch, and the US Agent. Of all 7 figures, those 3 are nicely built. They have little to no QC issues at all. And for long-term ownership of the figures, those figures are going to last, and they're really good, would make a good part of your collection, especially the Zemo and the Scarlet Witch. As for the Vision figure, I have a mixed bag regarding that figure, because it looks good, it's white, I like a white figure, but the QC issues with regards to production, that is my main gripe. Okay, let's go back to building this Sam Wilson figure, the new Captain America. Okay, if you're really interested in this, and you don't have 140 to really blow on this new wave, then maybe it's a better idea to hold on to the purchase of this wave, because I think that maybe sometime this year or maybe next year, I think they're going to release a complete set of this guy, or maybe another company would do justice to the build of this figure. Okay, but if you're really interested and you have $140 to really blow on this wave, then go for it. It's not a problem. If you are able to deal with the issues that are dominant with this Build-A-Figure Disney Plus Wave. Okay, so just review all of the videos that I posted online for your guidance with regards to your purchase, and so you'd also be informed as to what parts are susceptible to breakage, or what parts are susceptible to heat damage or warping later. So that's it. Okay, let's go on with this figure. So first, when I reviewed this figure out of box, just this figure alone without the wings or the added accessories to it, we'll get to it later. The first gripe I had was the goggles, because the goggles was really offline. So actually it was really off-centered. It was moving more to the side of the left face of the figure. Left or right? Right face, I mean. Okay. Yeah, it was moving over here. So left, right to you. Okay. And it was really riding high on the forehead of the figure, because I could really see the eyeballs already of the head sculpt. So it was not good looking actually. Really bad looking. So I decided to make a quick fix out of it before taking out my X-Acto knife and gluing these goggles back on. So what I did was just to apply a little bit of heat using my wife's hair dryer. So that thing really works wonders for action figures. So I was able to do a quick fix. So I was able to reposition the goggles and then ride them as low to the face as possible, and I was able to achieve that effect, as you could see right now. So the goggles looks more centered and covers the eyeballs nicely. And now the white part of the face mask is already showing. Before, these goggles was really way up and off to the side, that it was covering that area of the of the face mask of Sam Wilson, that white thing over there. So it was really riding quite high and it was really bad looking. So just quick fix with the hair dryer, it solved my problem. Now with the QC issues, that is something that you have really just to deal with this figure. That's it. So just be reminded, when you get your figure, you'll be dealing with a lot of paint smudges like this, or missing paint pieces like this, or paint the original, the backdrop or the paint where they painted over, it's peeking through. Like for example, over here, the blue piece is already peeking out of the white paint. That's just it. But if you're a customizer, then no problem, you could deal with that situation, this situation. So okay, next to the next thing, I also complained about this flat back, but that is solved easily with this piece, the back piece. So this is supposed to be the wing piece of Falcon, and if you want to just play with a Captain America figure, so Hasbro gave you an option to have this thing slapped onto to the back of the figure to give it bulk, because without this backpack thing, the figure's back is going to be really flat and does not look good without this piece. Okay, so this piece also has a round peg, but you have a hexagonal hole on the back of the figure. Well, if you're going to deal with just this piece, it's okay, because it slaps on the back of the figure and it won't fall off. So stays nice and tight. Now, with regards to the hands that are included with this figure, that is the thing that I also would like to complain about. Because if you're going to use a shield, this is also a nice looking shield. Silver back, brown straps, good thing, great Hasbro. And decently painted shield with no blemishes to the emblem, nor the silver rings, nor the blue ring for the star. So yeah, decent shield. And also the size is just right, because sometimes with Captain America shields, they're sometimes just way too small or way too big. But for this figure, this Captain America shield is just sized right. For the hands that are included with this figure, those are splayed hands for the right, splayed hands for the left. It does not do any justice with regards to holding this shield. So which hand you would choose, or which arm you would choose to sling this shield on, it's going to fall off. So the best remedy for that is to just replace these hands with whatever figure that you have. A blue hand, white hand maybe, because of course what was available to me was a white hand, and it was just the right size. So, and it also matched, quite much. Actually, this is whiter than the white portions of the Sam Wilson body. It really stands out, but since it's white, it mixes quite nicely. So if you want to display this figure with a shield and the wings, then you just have to replace those hands. And for playability, if you want to play with this figure with this shield on, then you really have to replace these hands. Okay, so let's deal next with the build a wing pieces. So we already have the whole wing assembled over here. So it's quite a sizable wing. So if you're going to display this Sam Wilson with the wings on, then of course this figure is going to take up a really big deal of space in your display room. So it has to be on really winged figures. They have to be a standalone piece someplace in your man cave or display room or toy display room. That's just it. That's the reality that you have to deal with really nice looking figures with wings. Okay, if you're going to use this figure with the wings, the stand is an integral piece. You cannot use any other stand for this figure for display, because this stand is designed in such a way that you could display your figure without the figure falling to its back or front, or the wings falling off. Actually, how it is designed has been really thought of well, so good job Hasbro. But yeah, that is quite warped, but nothing that could be solved with a hair dryer. So that's it, because of course this is just soft plastic. So you could reshape or remold that with a hair dryer to make it really flat on your table, because right now it's quite wobbly. So that's it. You just have to apply heat. So this thing over here, the red wing, that is still a good accessory that comes with the figure. You could attach that to its back over here, this portion, for just display purpose. Just display purpose. So it fixes onto the backpack that way. I'm doing it without the figure because I could easily show you what it looks like, instead of this thing attached to the figure and it falls off easily. That's just the thing with these small pieces. But okay, you see, so it's quite hard to do, and it falls off easily. Of course, you won't be super gluing this piece to the wing, because you won't always want to have that red wing attached to the figure. So that's it. That's the display concept for the red wing. And this thing is attached to the back of the figure. And this stand supports all the weight of the figure by attaching it to the back over here, the backpack, and the backpack attaches to the main figure piece, and you have the Sam Wilson figure over here. So that's it. That is for display purpose, if you're just going to display this figure and not play with it. Let's look at the articulation of this wing piece. So it's really wide. It's quite held in place by the connection points, but this is much more of a display piece, not a play piece, because if you want a play piece, then get another action figure. So this is more for display play, not play, but display play. So you finagle with the figure to give it good poses and take pictures with it, or just enjoy the pose, and that's what I call display play. But if you're going to play, then that's a different thing. If you're going to hold on to the figure and make it fly around the room, and then pieces would be falling off this action figure, especially this wing connection piece, because that's a round hole and that's a hexagonal I mean a round peg. That's a hexagon hole. So if you put this piece on the back of the figure, okay, and you move it around for play, then just a couple of shakings and it's going to soon fall off the figure. So that's it. There's already space. Actually, I really tried to force it flat on the back of the figure. It really won't stay flat. It just would really just pop off the figure. So this wing piece is much more for display play. A quick fix you could do, what I dabbed on to this round peg, so it would fit, or would fit a little bit snugly and won't fall off easily off the back of the figure. I dabbed a little bit of super glue to the edges of this peg, so they would grab on nicely to that hexagonal hole. So right now it does not fall as easily without, but you just have to force this thing to the back of the figure. Okay, so I have the wings splayed to the front of the figure, because if for gravity purposes, so the figure would stand nicely with all the accessories associated with it. So you just have to play around and find that sweet spot for balance, because gravity does its thing really. So okay, and still it's detaching from the back of the figure, so more dynamic pose with the wings spread out. Okay, so that's Sam Wilson with the falcon wings. And just imagine with that shield on, so completes the look for Captain America. But if you just want also, of course, to have these wings just displayed like this, that's also possible. Then, okay, so looks like that it's standing on a flight stand ready for deployment, just in case Sam Wilson needs to have his wing for missions, maybe. So something like this, but yeah, gravity, all the weight is forward, so I have to spread it out a little bit more, yeah. So like this, and snap that back piece on the back so the figure won't look flat or thin, and display the figure with the shield for Captain America effect. So this white hands grabs onto the shield nicely, giving the figure a better effect and grab or grasp of the shield, not like the hands that were included. So for more dynamic poses, you need a accessory holding hand, left or right and left, much better. So another display option, if you don't want to have the Sam Wilson figure with wings on, then that's it. Use more Captain America with just the shield, or a combination of Falcon and Captain America with the shield and the back piece. Then your choice of display options, but I guess I'm going to, for display purposes, my personal display purposes is going to be this way, because I could play or just take off this Sam Wilson figure from my display stand and just play with it and just enjoy the wing. And if it's time to place the figure back on the shelf, then I could just do this simple thing right there, and I could still have the effect that Sam Wilson still has wings. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe.